Shalom. First, I can start off by giving all great honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honor to teachers that listen to us, great millstone, likewise, brothers putting on the truth. Faithfully fed us, feeding the sheep, and two brothers and sisters tuning in. Shalom. Today's lesson's title: The devil is not a third party entity. It's Esau, the so-called white man. Let's go into that meaning of a third-party entity in the ordinary dictionary online. This is the AI overview, and it means a third-party entity is an individual, organization, or legal entity that is involved in a situation or transaction, but is not one of the two principal first and second parties. They typically have a secondary or supportive role, or often provide specialized services, or act as a neutral agent. Now, key things you have to look at here where it says, but it's not one of the two principal first and second parties. The two principals are Esau and Jacob, okay? The other nations or the other tribes, those are all just, what they call non-playable characters, okay? But the two characters, okay, the two forces right now, good and evil, okay, is the good, the children of Israel, okay, Jacob, okay, and the evil, the children of Esau, okay, or the Edomites, okay, evil, all right? So let's go to the book of Genesis and let's read about this. This is Genesis 25 and start verse 21, and it reads, And Isaac entreated the Lord Yahweh Shemashai for his wife because she was barren, and the Lord Yahweh Shemashai was entreated of him, and Rebekah his wife conceived. And the children struggled together within her. And she said, If it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord Yahweh Shemashai. And the Lord Yahweh Shemashai said unto her, Two nations are in thy womb, and two manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. And the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb, and the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. And after that came his brother out, and his hand held on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. So the two parties here, okay, are Esau and Jacob. Esau being the firstborn, Jacob being the second, okay. And as you see how it concludes, that Jacob held the heel of Esau, proving that we got next, okay? So our people, they're fooled by the devil, okay, who in fact is Esau, the so-called white man. In fact, let's go into the etymology online dictionary and you can see the meaning of the word devil, okay? And it says, Old English, therefore, a devil, a subordinate evil spirit afflicting humans. Also in Christian theology, the devil, a powerful spirit of evil, otherwise known as Satan. Now, who is afflicting the people on the earth? Okay, and some people probably say, well, Esau is not a spirit. Well, we are spirits. Okay, when we are spirits in a flesh. When we die, our spirit go back to the Most High Yahweh Shemashai. So Esau or the Edomites are spirits, okay, in the flesh, just like how we are spirits in the flesh, okay? And when we die, we go back to the Lord Yahweh Shemashai. So when you ask yourself the question, who is afflicting the people on this earth, you have to conclude it is the same people that are pointing to you, Jakes, okay, that are fooling you, Jakes, into believing that there's this third party entity known as the devil or Satan, who manifests himself when you die and you go to this ethereal environment where you will burn forever and ever and ever and ever. This takes Esau off the hook, okay? This takes him off the hook because now you can trust him because, he's got it all. He can make you rich, he can make you poor, he can do whatever, okay? And he, okay, justifies all of his wickedness. And in the back of your mind, you're thinking, well, this is just the way the world is, okay? Because at the end of the day, as long as I worship sweet loving Jesus, who Esau created, okay, then he's going to save you from the red guy in the spandex suit with the tail and the horns, that's planning on roasting you forever and ever. And that could be further from the truth. Let's go into the book of Proverbs 29 and starting with verse 2. Let's take a look at it. Okay? Take a look at it. There ain't no third party devil. Esau the Edomite, the so-called white man, is the devil that the Bible speaks of. It says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. Look at the mourning that's going on. And this has been a common thing since 2020 when they came up with that farce, okay, called C-19. Okay? And from since then, the world has changed dramatically. All you've seen is uproars and chaos, and the downfall of the civilization on this earth because the devil is in rulership. In fact, let's go into 2 Corinthians 4, starting verse 3, reads, but if our gospel be hid, it is said to them that are lost, you are lost, in whom the God of this world had blinded the minds of them which believe not, lest the light of the glorious gospel of Mashiach, who is the image of power, should shine unto them. So Esau, the devil that the Bible speaks of, who is the God of this world, who, he's been given the earth, to rule until he's taken out of rulership by the Mashiach upon his return, has blinded you because he has you believing there's a third party, there's another guy, it's not him. There's a third party. This guy is who you have to watch out for, but you will only engage or encounter this guy after you die. Ask yourself, does that make sense? Look at the misery on the earth, Let's go into 2 Esdras 9 and start with verse 1. If that doesn't convince you that Esau, the Edomite, the so-called white man, is the devil, maybe this can. It reads, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest part of the sign pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. So this was told before, that you're going to see these things towards the end of the rulership of Esau, the Edomite, the so-called white man, And what do you see going on right now? All across this earth, people are in the uproar. Even here in Great Babylon, America, people are in the uproar. Look at it, People are frightened, they're scared, they're going to become homeless next, they're on drugs, Crime is on an all-time high, unemployment on an all-time high, people are suffering, And this is all under the devil. But he's got a lot of you jakes out there, And we speaking to you jakes because, we are giving you the warning. But the rest of the people on this earth, they hear this gospel too. And they have to come to the conclusion, that the devil that the Bible speaks of, whatever language is that you understand the Bible in, is the so-called white man, not a third party entity. Let's go to the book of Isaiah 30, sound verse 8. Because this is what we're commanded to do. It reads, now go, write it before them in a table and note it in a book, that it may be for the time to come forever and ever. So you have this Bible that's written, that's telling you what is going to take place in the future, that this is a rebellious people, lying children, and children that will not hear the law of the Lord, Yahweh Shai, which say to the seers, see not, that's us, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceit. So, you have some Hebrew Israelite camps that are out there doing exactly just that. They're prophesying lies to you, telling you the good things. You can trust Esau the Edomite, the so-called white man. But we're telling you, no, that's the devil. So we're telling you that because we're the seers, and the true prophets. And it reads, get you out of the way, turn aside out of the path, cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before. So you don't want to hear this. It's too bad. We love the white man. How dare you speak against him? Wherefore thus said the Holy One of Israel, because ye despised his word, the truth, that you're a Hebrew Israelite. You're not Mexicans and African Americans and Haitians and Bahamians and Cubans. No, you are Yasharal, the Prince of the Power, the true biblical Jews and Israelite. Wherefore thus said the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise his word and trust in oppression and perversion. You like being at the bottom. You like being lied to. And stay thereon. Therefore this iniquity, evils, shall be to you as a breach ready to fall, swelling out in a high wall whose breaking coming suddenly at an instant. And look at these people. You think that they thought their lives was going to be in chaos right now? That's what happens when you trust the devil, okay? That smiling man in the suit, okay? And the hidden ones, they call the Illuminatis, that you can't see, who are controlling the puppet governors on this earth. Those are the devil, okay? Esau the Edomite, the so-called white man, is the devil. There's no third party. So Lord willing, that was satisfied to close out by giving all great honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash, Shalom.